Tampa for the Final Four for a record 24th time. UConn is the favorite to win it all at -150 at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. The Huskies are an 8.5-point favorite over the #1 overall seed UCLA on Friday. My girl, Chiney Ogwumike, joining us now. Hey, Chiney, how we doing?
Hey, family, I'm doing great.
Hey,
Excited to head to Tampa.
Yes, as you should.
Yeah.
Tampa's a good city. Chiney, who's your favorite to win it all, UConn or South Carolina?
Molly, close your ears really quick. It
Really?
pains me. No, it pains me. You're going to be happy with this. It pains me to say this because this team was my nemesis my entire career, but you got to show respect where respect is due. There is no team playing better than UConn right now, and there's no player playing better than Paige Bueckers right now. Back-to-back 30-point games, 105 points over the last 3 games, the most by any UConn player in history. But what I love is how she flipped the switch. Now, during the Sweet 16, Gino, during the sideline report in between quarters, was like, I need her to shoot the ball. And guess what? She did it in great fashion. I'm going to do something different here. I know this is your show, Stephen A., but I want to illustrate this point because I feel like so many people think Paige Bueckers, oh, she's great. I want to show you guys exactly how she got it done. Let's roll the tape because she dropped 29 points in that matchup in the second half. Watch this right here. She called for the ball once crossing half court. Her defender is there. She's locked in on the rim. Again, 29 of her 40 in the second half. Now watch this again. This is a big mistake by any hooper, right? 27 feet away. Look at the hand. The hand is down. You got to send the help. She lit it up. So if you think about Paige Bueckers, she completely went into turbo mode, and she has the help. Sarah Strong, AZ Fudd, to me, they are the team to beat.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Not one lie spoken. Once Juju got hurt and that collision course wasn't going to take place, you know, but I always felt that whoever came out of that was going to be the national champ. And you look at the way, as you mentioned the way Paige Bueckers is playing. You look, and Fudd hasn't had an outstanding game the last couple of games, but you got the freshman that gave you 17 rebounds last night. You got Paige that's playing out of her mind because she knows, Janae Stephen A., we talked about this yesterday, in order, because it started with Rebecca Lobo. If you look at all the great UConn players, the All-American, the Player of the Year, what do they all have in common? All of them have cut down the net at one point in time. And I'm not saying she's not going to get 3, she's not going to get 2, but if she just gets 1, now Sue Bird, De'Ronna Taurasi, Maya Moore, Tina Charles, Stewie, all you great, slide on over for your girl, because your girl will be caught with y'all.
Listen, I don't disagree with y'all as much as I would like to, you know, but I can hold out hope. I can hold out hope, and I'm going to hold out that hope to South Carolina. I don't like the way South Carolina has looked. Paige Bueckers is something special. I hate it when she got injured a few years back because she is a star. And remember, I had USC meet South Carolina for the national championship because I had USC beat UConn in the Elite 8 because I thought Juju Watkins and Paige Bueckers was going to go up against one another. It was going to be a show for the ages, and Juju was going to come out on top. The second she went down, so did my hopes for USC. So UConn being in the position that they're in is no surprise there, and they have clearly looked formidable, and Paige is on a mission. There is no doubt about that. But I just wanted to throw this by people. I know South Carolina's been struggling. I didn't like the way they looked against Indiana. I didn't like the way that they looked against Maryland. They trailed at the halftime of both of those games. The last several games have been entirely too tight. I'm looking at Joyce Edwards. You only average after scoring 22 points in the first NCAA tournament game. The girl is averaging about 5 points rather on 28% shooting. That is not what we need from her if you're Dawn Staley. But I bring up the name Dawn Staley for a reason. As Shannon would say, 5 straight NCAA Final Four appearances, okay? She's on the verge of capturing a 3rd national title in the last 4 years. Her NCAA record over the last 4 seasons, not even NCAA record, her record over the last 4 seasons, 143-6. Again, UConn should be the favorite.
Incredible.
I understand it. This is Dawn Staley we talking about here, okay? Now, our personnel's got to step up and up. You ain't got Cardoso no more. That's 6'7" Goliath that played bully ball that delivered a national championship for you. She ain't there no more, okay? We got that part. But you got to milk something out of Edwards. You got to milk something out of the rest. And I believe if anybody could do it, it's Dawn Staley. I'm going to still hold out on Dawn Staley finding a way.
Absolutely.
They're not shooting the ball
it's an
well
epic
enough for me
coaching
today.
match as well.
What'd you say, Shannon?
They're not shooting the ball well enough for me.
I know.
I mean,
I
if Powell and Johnson was making those shots like they made last year, Stephen A., I would probably concede something to you. But I don't know if you can play. Look, I know they're going to try to monk the game up. They're going to try to play scrappy defense. But I just don't believe they're shooting the ball well enough to really challenge UConn, because I do feel UConn's going to get past UCLA. But I think everybody knows UConn is the team to beat.
Yeah, and Paige just feels like she's on a mission, Janae.
Yeah, I agree, too, because Paige Becker's dropping 30, then 40, then 30. You have Maddie Booker dropping 20. You have Lauren Betts, 6'7", out of UCLA, dropping 30 as well. South Carolina's leading scorer last game, 14 points. So you need some firepower, and you need a go-to player, and that's my biggest question mark for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We'll keep it rolling here, guys. Our Shams Charania reported yesterday that Notre Dame star guard Olivia Miles will forego the WNBA draft. She's going to enter the transfer portal. Miles was projected to be the #2 pick in the upcoming WNBA draft. Janae, what do you make of this decision?
It was a curveball. We were all sitting in studio about to go on half for the Elite Eight games, and we're like, hold on, wait a second, because a lot of people, as you mentioned, projected her to go #2. But I'm not surprised. You know, for me and for all college athletes, you want to transition to the next level, playing your best version of basketball. And I feel like she was not doing that, and she knows she can have opportunities to improve before she heads to the W. And by the numbers, from November to February, she was averaging 16 points per game, shooting 50% from the field, 40% from three. And then when it came to March, those numbers dipped. They dropped to 10 points per game, 29% from the floor. And I think some of her weaknesses became a little bit magnified, maybe defensively on that end of the floor. But what I love, especially in this tournament, is that we saw the story of Haley Van Lith. When you pick a school where you can grow, that's what we saw with TCU. She made history to be the first player to bring 3 different schools to an Elite Eight. You can sort of see the opportunities that are on the horizon for Olivia Miles to be a primary ball handler, be a primary scorer, because it's hard to do that when you're running alongside Hannah Hidalgo, and also improve her game. So I think this was primarily a hoop decision for Olivia Miles.
But also, Sinead, the money that she can get in NIL deals is more than what she get as a rookie salary as a WNBA player. Me growing, you talking about growing your game, I'm trying to grow my bank account. Because at the end of the day, you know, she played at this level. She's a college professional, a collegiate basketball player. She wants to go play in the W. I'm assuming, and I hate to sound presumptuous, but I'm assuming she wants to play in the WNBA. But with that being said, Stephen A., we had Kiki Rice on last night, and she was talking about, you know, her brand and how she built it and what she's looking for. Money. She's going to make more going into this portal. Janae, I think you'll agree, and Stephen A., you'll agree with me as well. She's going to make more by entering this portal and going to sign with some other collegiate team than she would on a rookie contract in the WNBA. It got to make dollars and it got to make sense. With an S and with a C. And the one with the C made more sense. So she's going back to school. She's going somewhere else, and hopefully it works out for her. But normally in the men's game, Stephen A., you know, if you got a chance, hold on. You mean to tell me I could be a top 5 pick? Oh, bye. In any sport. Basketball, football, baseball, it doesn't matter. If you're a top 5 pick, see you. But the money is not the same for the women, and so she'll make more in a collective or NIL. So it makes perfect sense. But I agree with you, Sinead. I'm shocked considering that she was going to be such a high draft pick in the WNBA draft.
Real quick, I just want to say one thing.